They can put in their answer to questions. It keeps them active instead of just being passive during your presentation. Our objectives for today, basically, I'm just going to give you the very bare bones basics of Pear Deck and how it can be used in any media program. I'm going to show you guys how to log in, start a Pear Deck, and then I'm going to show you the procedure to access the Be Internet Awesome curriculum, which is from Google, and it's all about digital citizenship. I used it for the first time last year because it was really awesome virtually, and the students went crazy for it. It is best for 3rd grade and up, and I would say it's perfect for middle school. The one thing that Be Internet Awesome has is a game that the kids can play. It's called Interland, and they actually go into this game and have to answer all these questions and figure out how to go through these different worlds by using their digital citizenship skills. So what kid doesn't like a game, right? They were crazy for it. I didn't introduce it till the end of the unit because they would have just played it the whole time. Here, and as Caroline put the link into the presentation, there is the slideshow and there is a video, but I'm not going to show you the video because it's kind of long and we don't really have time. Basically, what is Pear Deck? It's a presentation tool. So you can use Pear Deck with PowerPoints that already exist, with Google Slideshows that already exist, or you can make your own presentation in Pear Deck. So if you guys have lesson plans that exist in slides, you can just use Pear Deck to make them interactive. Kind of like SLSO was or is, Lumio, now it's called, but it's the same sort of thing. It makes it interactive, and that's the most important thing about it. And you can see instantly what the kids are typing, how they're responding in immediate time. So Be Internet Awesome, I talked a little bit about it. This is the link to access it, and when you go to that website, it'll show you what it is, how it is, and the entire curriculum. I'm going to just get out of this other one I have. Sorry, I had the other link open in another computer. So I think Caroline, if she can drop that link in the chat, you guys will have it too. It's also in the slideshow. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can download the entire Internet Awesome curriculum. And it's huge. They give you way too many lessons than you could ever use. I think there's more than 30 lessons. So you can pick and choose which ones you think would be best for your students. And Interland is the game that you can play. And what's cool about it is there's no downloading, there's no login. All you have is a link. And it's a website that Google created, and the kids just go in there. My favorite world is the green one, where it's all about kindness and how you present yourself online. And the kids just went crazy for it. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys Be Internet Awesome, show you what the website looks like. So again, it was made by Google. Right here is how to explore Interland. That's the link to it. This just goes over the different worlds of Interland. Share with care, don't fall for fake, secure your secrets, and the green one, it's cool to be kind. And oh, this is a new one. When in doubt, talk it out. So this is what Interland looks like, the game. And the kids can choose which world they want to go to. And each one is a different game that they have to kind of go through. And what's nice is if they're not good at it, it's fine. They just give you multiple plays. It's not like, a real game where you have to earn points or anything like that. You just keep going until you succeed. They also have pledges, curriculum, and they have little badges at the end if they make it through the game. So that's Be Internet Awesome. It's amazing. The kids just went crazy for it. So I highly suggest checking it out if you're doing digital citizenship, which all of us should be probably doing. Oh, and I didn't even say this, but Be Internet Awesome uses Pear Deck to teach. So that's kind of why I put it in this presentation, because all of their lesson plans are in Pear Deck. So the kids are interacting with the slideshows the whole way through. They ask them questions like, what words do you use to be kind online? How do you write an email? Things like that. And the kids are interacting with the slideshows. So that's why I put it in here. Just so you guys know, Pear Deck is free for the basic package. And so you guys can try it out for free. If you want to buy it, it is $150 per year for the premium package license. That would be for one teacher. I contacted them yesterday because my principal wanted to ask or just see how much it would be for the whole school. We have over 1,000 students and over 100 teachers, and it was about $3,000 for everybody to have it premium package for the whole year. So it just gives you an idea of how much it would cost if you wanted to upgrade. But if you're just using it here and there, like for Be Internet Awesome, go ahead and just use the free one, the basic package. So how do you use Pear Deck? First, you would log into peardeck.com using your Google sign-in. You can click on create a lesson, or you can use an existing slides presentation. So when I show it to you, I'm actually just going to use this slideshow just to show you how you can use an existing slideshow and just add Pear Deck to it. And you would just go to the slideshow and choose an add-on through the add-on menu, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. You create your interactive slides, you click on the present lesson, and you will get a code for the students to join. So on the student side, you drop the link, joinpd.com, just like Lisa did this morning, and then the students would put in their code to access your slideshow. So, oops, that's my last slide. Let me go back. We're going to actually go try it out. So I'm going to escape and go back to my first slide. And let me just make sure you guys are seeing this. Yes, all good. Caroline, do we have any questions right now?
Yeah, so we got an email this morning that Pear Deck is no longer free. Did you see that by chance?
Yes, I did. I did see that. So Pear Deck was in a pilot program for all schools in Palm Beach County last spring, and it expired, I believe, at the end of June or beginning of July. And so if your school wants Pear Deck, they are going to have to pay for it. Or individual teachers can just use the free package. For instance, Be Internet Awesome. Go ahead, Caroline.
A question from Celinda. If students do not have computers in the library, can she just present it through the smartboard?
Yeah, you can absolutely. So even if kids are having issues or whatever, they still see everything that any other student is seeing. It's just that if you want it to be interactive, they do need to have their own device so that they can be interactive with it. You can also have them come up to the smartboard and, kind of be interactive that way. But it's definitely better if you have everybody individually being interactive with your slideshow. Okie dokie. I'm going to jump over to this Pear Deck. I know I have about 5 minutes. And I'm going to show you guys how to start a Pear Deck. So right here where it says add-ons, right above background, if you click on add-ons, you will see Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. And all you have to do is click Open Pear Deck add-on. So Google works with Pear Deck really well, and it's already in here for you. So when you click on it, a whole new menu will pop up on the right side. And here is how you make your slideshow interactive. So you go to the slide that you want to make interactive. For instance, I'm going to go to the objectives one, and I'm going to do draggable. So you can add text, like ask them a question. You can give them a multiple choice answer. You can have them write a number. You can have them go to a website. You can have the kids draw. That gets a little dicey sometimes, but they love it. But I'm going to try the draggable. So I click on draggable. Everything's so slow. And going to do student device, draggable. Okay. It's not letting me do this. This is a premium slide. Okay. I guess I lost my premium. Okay, I see now. These little yellow stars are premium. So I can't do that. All right, we'll just go to the text one for now. Draggable is one of my favorites. You guys did it in Lisa's slideshow, and it was just how you would drag your icon to somewhere, like basically taking a poll of the whole class. You can do it like as an exit ticket, like, hey, what did we learn today? What was the most important thing? Drag your icon and show us. So I'm going to do a text and do student update slide. And it says adding interactive question. So really I should have my question already written there, but down at the bottom you can say students write your response. So that's where you would type in your answer to whatever question I already have on my slide, which I don't, but that's okay. It shows it down here. So if I want to go to another slide, let's say what is Pear Deck? And I want to do a choice. I click on choice and I insert choices. And I would just say apple, pear, banana, just to show you. And now we're going to update slide. And now they have like a multiple choice question with those three, and you can choose an option, A, B, C. And you just go through your whole presentation. You don't have to put something on every slide. You can just pick and choose which slides you want to make interactive. You can see over here, this one is, and this one is. That's all we've done so far. They also have adding audio to slides, because I know that's been an issue for people in the past. It's really easy to add audio with Pear Deck. They have your Be Internet Awesome right here for you. And then they have a lot of pre-made things that you can just use in their template library right here. So when you're ready to go, all you do is click Start Lesson. And you can either choose student paced activity, so they can do this completely on their own, or you can do instructor paced, where I would be doing a full class lesson. So when you do that, it takes a minute, but it will launch the presentation, give you a code. You tell your students joinpd.com, put in the code, and then they are automatically brought into that slideshow. And you can see when students arrive. They always ask that first question, are you happy, sad, whatever. It gives you kind of just a SEL take on how your students are doing. But it's really fun. I used it first on Be Internet Awesome, and I absolutely loved it. So it was a really cool way to teach, and I really liked it. So it is 11:15. Does anybody have any questions? I'm going to stop presenting.
We're just good. We're just having a little chat on the side, but I think we're all good.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hand it off to you, Miss Caroline. You're up.
Okay, so I am going to talk. Let me present my screen real quickly. I'm going to start off with Flipgrid. Here we go. Oops, I don't want to start at the end. Okay, so welcome to Flipgrid. I love Flipgrid. Is one of my absolute favorite tiles in our portal. But what is Flipgrid? It is a video response platform for students. Why use Flipgrid? Well, it gives every student a voice. It provides a space where every student is heard, and we know today that the student voice is a powerful one and that everybody needs to be heard. Everybody is engaged. All students are actively engaged with all the contents. It's so creative and fun, and they hear themselves and presenting. It's so many things into one. It provides us quick feedback within a few minutes. All students can respond to a prompt or a question or share an idea, and then you can opt to listen to other students, or you can block that. Totally up to you. It's easy to use. If I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. It is a tile in our portal, so it's free, and all students have to do is enter a code. Now, once you go into Flipgrid, I just want you to know before I go in that there's two sides to this. There is the student view, and there is the teacher dashboard. And here's a quick glimpse of what it would look like, okay? And here the students, you can see it's like a grid, hence Flipgrid, and they can just click on each other's responses and they can hear what everybody has to say about a certain topic or question that was assigned. You can hide that if you want, where you don't have to share anything. It can be totally between you and the student as well. Okay, so I'm going to go into my district portal. I want to show you step by step. I look for the tile Flipgrid. Here it is. Oh, I'm going to log in. Okay, so here is the educator, the dashboard, the teacher dashboard, right? And within my dashboard, there are groups and there are topics within my groups. So when I go to 4th grade, I can have, if I scroll down here, you'll see that within 4th grade, I have the news auditions, and those are subdivided. And then I have another topic that we did here. Let me share with you. Let me go back a minute. Back to my discussion. It's super easy. I'm going to share with you one example that I used Flipgrid with this year was the morning news. I'm going to show you. These are all I had a Google Classroom and just for my morning news crew, and they had different topics that they could report. And then I would just drop it into the Google Classroom, into my Google Slide. It was very compatible, and then share school-wide. So every week my anchors would record here. And here's an example of my Layla.
Good morning, Binks Forest Elementary. It's finally Friday, June 18th, 2021. Today's lineup for Fine Arts is as follows. Group A, Kindergarten and 4th, rotation 3.
Okay, you get the gist. Did the video come through okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I just keep going back to discussion. Let's see. Let me show you some other examples. In 2nd grade, we did some book commercials, which was really cool. Now, it's so easy to flip back between the teacher dashboard and the student view. Right here, it says view as a student. And so this is what the student actually sees. And it's super easy to create the background, the topic. You write all your directions out. You can add a GIF over here. And then all they have to do is record a response. You decide the time limit. You decide everything, all the parameters, who has the rights to view it, who has the right to comment. I always turn that off. I always also turn off the amount of likes. This is not like social media. So I make sure to turn those off. But here's an example of a book commercial from my 2nd grader.
Hi, I'm Valentina, and my book is Roscoe Riley Rule 7, Never Race a Runaway Pumpkin. In this book, Roscoe meets a black stray cat in a pumpkin festival, and he has to measure, he has to guess how many pounds this huge pumpkin is, and he's a superstitious, and he thought that this black stray cat was bad luck. If you like superstitions and
Okay, and she got cut off. Let me go back. But once the kids record their videos, they can go through and they can get book recommendations from their peers through Flipgrid right here. And you can see the kids have customized it and they have added words and borders, and it allows so much to happen within the screen as well. So this was a great way to share books this year in the Media Center. And I also shared it on the morning announcements, and the kids loved it. All right, I also used Flipgrid. Let me go back. Go back to my dashboard. It's so easy right here. I click on my name in the upper right corner, click Educator Dashboard, and I'm back. I click back to my discussions. These are all my different groups. And let's do, yeah. I did do my 4th grade auditions for anchors for the upcoming year. I used Flipgrid. This way the students could audition virtually also, and I kept all their videos hidden. So that is also an option. Here, you can also, it's so seamless, you guys. You can share right to Google Classroom or any other platforms that you need. You can post it in Google Slides. Like, it's just so seamless. I love Google. I also used it for, in April is Poetry Month. So my fourth graders wrote Diamante poems in fourth grade. I mean, my fourth graders, yes, they wrote Diamante poems in April. And then in May, we turned those poems into Flipgrid recordings. So let me go back. Let me see. Here we go. And again, I actually gave an example. Here are the directions. And let's see one here.
Books, wordy, peaceful, reading, interesting, opening, couch, ideas, phone, humans, wasting, entertaining, calculating, smart, bright, technology.
And the kids can just flip through and
Democracy, together, easy, helping, growing, soaring, equality, peace, rulers, betrayal, snapping, aching, crumbling, loud, hard, communism.
I'd love to hear their thinking. Like, it's just, it's amazing what the kids come up with. All right, so it's super easy to set up. My one thing, my biggest tip is when you do your setup, that you have to allow the student emails so they have access to your codes. Once you create a Flipgrid, it has a code that you share with the students, and then you have to allow their emails, which is stu.palmbeachschools.org, and then they have access to that. But if you're way too busy and you don't have time to create your own Flipgrid, no problem. Flipgrid has done it for you. They have thousands and thousands of ideas in the discovery section right here, the tab. Sometimes I just scroll through here and I either get inspired or I add things, but the Flipgrids are already done for you. So you just copy and go. And I think that is all for Flipgrid for now. Are there any questions?
Caroline, I do have a question. Barring any of the equipment that I need to actually do announcements, this looks like a really great hack for being able to do them without my TV production setup. So do you just share your announcement Google Classroom school-wide? Is that how you do it?
So actually, we're going back to the live studio this year, but last year I used Google Slides. And I just inserted all the videos, the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem, the anchor, the principal. They all
into your Google Slides.
Into Google Slides.
Excellent.
It was super easy, and the teachers loved it. So
great.
Yeah, there are so many ideas out there. I did not create this one, but you can actually go to their Flipgrid and check out YouTube for their tutorials. They're phenomenal and easy and short. I know we're short on time. Thousands and thousands of ideas. The creativity is endless. And if you want to have some fun, you can go to Flipgrid, enter this code, and I've asked you a question. You can leave us a video response on what you thought about today's training. So, and the code is here again. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Are there any other questions, Tempie? Are we good? I can't. I think I'm cutting out.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
I was muted. I'm so sorry. Erica did write a question. She wrote, how would you have the students come to the Media Center and use Flipgrid?
How do I use it? Well, I email the teachers ahead of time for the classes that I need their laptops, which is never a problem because I used to have laptops until they all got distributed at the beginning of the pandemic. And I use it for the morning announcements. I use it for poetry. I use it for a lot of book commercials. And like book talk, like TikTok, but book talk, kind of thing. And they create their own little videos and they have a lot of fun with that. I did that with 2nd and 3rd grade this year. 4th grade, I did Diamantes. And I have a 5th grade project, but that's in my next presentation.
Awesome. Thank you. All righty, moving right along. I'm going to get set up for our next one, which is Book Creator. There we go. Wow, we have a lot of people here. You can hear me okay, Caroline? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Awesome. Well, I know it's a little bit early, but I'm going to just start because I can always use a little bit of extra time. 15 minutes is really hard. I did a book creator training last year for my faculty, and it was over an hour. So I had no problem talking about this for a long time, but I'll make it short and sweet for you guys. Book Creator is amazing. It is a website where kids essentially just create books. And the interface is really simple. And this past year, I had even my kindergartners using Book Creator to create books, and they were able to do it. So you can use this for any age group, kindergarten all the way up to high school. And I don't want you guys to think that it's too babyish for high school, because they have the options of creating like full-blown fiction books, graphic novels, things like that. They have templates now. So even the high school kids can really get into it. It is free for up to 40 books. So you can create 40 books for free. You just set up a free account on bookcreator.com. and you have 40 books for free. If you want to purchase Book Creator, it's actually really affordable. I'll go into that later in the presentation, but I think we have everybody here. I'm just going to get started. So Book Creator, it is very authentic and it's innovative, and the kids, again, absolutely love it. The objectives for today, you guys can read these on your own. But the biggest thing I can say, another takeaway, is just go to Book Creator and try it out. Create your own book and get used to it. It's really simple to use and it's really fun. So Book Creator, what is it? It is a simple ebook creation site. Students can write, edit, illustrate their own book. They can read each other's books. And in Book Creator, you have libraries. So you can have a library of a class. So I have 8 classes a day, 6 different grade levels. I have 48 classes, which is kind of overwhelming, but I was able to easily put each class in their own library so I could figure out easily which class to go to. Everybody was organized, and the kids can only read the books that are in their own library. They can't read, like a kindergartner couldn't read a 5th grade book or vice versa. And one of the coolest things about Book Creator is that the kids have the option, or you can give them the option, you can turn this on and off, to publish their book to the internet. So when that happens, the kids get a link to their book, and anybody in the world can go to that link and see their book and read it. They can't edit it, but they can read it. So having that larger audience, grandparents, aunts, uncles, just sending them, emailing them a link to their student's book was really a big incentive to do an amazing job. So these kids work super hard on these books because they had a bigger audience. The other takeaway is it increases engagement. It gives ownership of their learning, and it shows evidence of their learning throughout the year. There's so many ways you can use Book Creator for classroom teachers, but also in the media center. Here are some really quick statistics. Right now we have 533 teachers using Book Creator across our district. Over 6,000 books have been created in our district. Book Creator is the winner of the 2021 Best Remote Learning Tools Prize, and students have created over 100 million books total using Book Creator. There's different book themes, layouts, fonts, emojis, shapes, pen tool. Some of the really cool things, students can record their voice reading their own book. So if you have a young student that maybe can't really type, or they don't even have to type because they do have voice to text. So even the little ones can just say their book and it'll type it out for them, but it will also play their voice back reading it. So that's kind of cool. They also have a video feature, so you can add a video to your book. There's lots of templates to assist students who need that. Like I just said, they can record their voice. The books can be read back to students. I don't really like the voice that they have. It's kind of robotic, but for little ones who can't read yet, it's great. And there is a collaboration feature where students can work together on a group book. So even though you may only have 40 free books, you can have a group of 5 kids working on one book. So you can make it kind of go further. So let's check it out. And Caroline, I hope you are dropping some of these links in there for them, yeah? Okay, so this is the homepage for Book Creator. It looks like this. To create a free account, you would just click on this yellow button and you would set it up using your Google account. Once you've set it up, you would click on the blue button up here that says sign into Book Creator. So I'm just going to show you an example. I've taken away my 48 libraries because that was just too many. So I did bring a couple back to show you. This is kind of the teacher dashboard. And right here, we're in my libraries. We have Discover right here, just like Caroline said in Flipgrid. Discover is a way to look at ideas and have a bunch of different books to look at. If you want to learn more about Book Creator, you can click on this Learn, and you can get certified as a Book Creator author. So I actually purchased it before we were given the free pilot program. And so they are keeping my account open because I purchased it. And it was $10 a month. So for the whole year, it was $120. And that is for 1,000 books. And I have 1,000 students. So it was exactly perfect for me. Every kid in the whole school can have their own book. So I'm just going to show you one of my libraries. This is Miss Zanders. She is one of my kindergarten teachers. So this is what her class created. So you can see every single book on a bookshelf like this, or you can see them. If I click on that button again, it'll go individually. And if you want to go in and read a book, or we're in edit mode right now. If you want to play a book, you can hit the play button. And you can turn the pages just like a real book. And you can see he did a book about him, my favorite food, my favorite sport. You can take pictures of yourself. You can import pictures from Google. And so that's an example of a kindergarten book. Then I'm going to show you really quickly some of my older kids. This is 4th grade. And as you can see, they got a little bit more advanced with their books. And if you notice, some of the books have that globe next to it in the upper right corner. And that means the student published to the web. So some of them chose to publish, some of them didn't. If they published to the web, I made sure that they didn't have last names or any personal identifying features, no pictures, things like that. And I only allowed 4th and 5th grade to publish to the web. The little ones I didn't. But as you can see, these are a little bit more advanced books, and they turned out really, really cute. I'm not going to go into it right now. Let me stop here. Is there any questions so far? No? Let's see. Oh, Carrie, can you delete books after you've made them? Yes, you can. That's okay. You can totally delete books. It's really easy to delete and do everything. Let me show you. I'll just go into the Spy Ferret in Business. Down here, if you click on the 3 books under the book, you have book options, you can import the book, you can move to a different library, you can copy it, make a second book, you can combine books. So if you, that's another way to keep it under 40, you can take like 3 books and put them all together. And then right here, you can delete the book. And then to choose if they're going to publish it, you click on this share button in the middle. And right here, it says published. This one's already published, but if it wasn't, it would say publish book. You can print it, you can download it as an ebook, and then this collaborate button is how you share between the books. And then the play button is always to play the book, like to have it read, put it in like kind of that read mode. And the kids can only read each other's books. They can't edit each other's books. So that helps a lot because you don't want them to mess with each other's books. So when you give them access to read, it'll only allow them to read each other's, not mess with each other's. So I'm going to go into this is a 5th grade class. And I'm going to go into this settings button up here in the corner. And right here is your library settings. So this is individual for each library. You can change it. You can change the name of the library. You can allow image search. You can allow them to edit their own books. And here's the toggle button if you don't want them to read each other's books. So at the beginning, I had this turned off because I wanted them to just focus on their own book and not read each other's books. And then when the unit was over and everybody was pretty much done with their books, most of them, I turned this on. So now they can read each other's books. And they were so excited. And to have other kids in their class read their books, it made them do such a good job on it. And I did have those kids who were like, well, I don't know which kind of book, because I didn't give them a specific assignment. I wanted them to be creative. Last year was tough. I wanted them to have fun. And I had those kids that were just, oh, another assignment, and I wanted them to have fun with it. So I just kind of kept it open. And I told them, you guys can do any kind of book. And before we started, I actually had them close their eyes and imagine the most incredible book they've never seen. Something I don't have in my library, something that they want to read that doesn't exist. And this was before they even knew what we were doing. And now I said, okay, now you guys are going to create that book. You're going to make that book that you want to read. It could be about you. It could be a graphic novel. It could be, and some of them still struggled with what to do. But overall, they did come up with some really good ideas. So I want to show you how to create your own book. So I just did this cover really quick. This is how you create a book. So if you were a student and you were explaining how to use Book Creator for the very first time, the first thing you're going to say is, okay, we're going to go to bookcreator.com. And that's probably the hardest part, is actually getting them on the website. So once they're on the website, you can have them bookmark it by clicking the little star. And once it's bookmarked, they don't have to type in the website anymore. So it's bookmarked forever. And then the next hardest part is getting the code in there. So every single library has an invite code for that library, and that's how you keep the students that are supposed to be in that library only in that library. So you click on invite code and they will type in this code once they've logged in. They log in using Google. It's a really seamless way for them to get onto Book Creator. It's just clicking, there's no typing, so even the little ones are able to do it. And then they put in the code, and then they can be right here where I am right now. So when they want to create a new book, they would click new book. I'm just going to start a new one. You have 6 different shapes. The bottom 3 are graphic novels. And I highly encourage my little ones not to do these because there's just so much to, graphic novels. You have so many squares to fill in. It was harder. So for my little ones, I had them choose the big book, because they liked big pictures, they liked to draw, they needed the space. Up here, you also have templates. So you can do your own template, or they have all these different templates for you to use. The little ones didn't understand templates. They're like, oh, the book's already made. And I'm like, no, it's not. But so I'm going to do a blank book. I kind of like the idea of a blank book because it gives them full creative authority. Nothing's done for them. So now here it says cover at the top. To turn pages, you have an arrow on the right and an arrow on the left. To add anything, all you need are these 3 buttons up here: the plus sign, the cursive I, and the play. The play button is to play your book. So I wouldn't even teach them that until the end. And under plus, you will see you have your media, import pictures, take a picture with camera, draw, text, and record your voice. Over here, you got shapes, and you can do speech bubbles, arrows, and then they have this search for anything. So you can just do like lizard, and it will come up with all these little pictures of a lizard. So they can easily import all these fun things. The I is backgrounds. So to simply pick a background for your cover. If you're doing a comic, you got some, they loved these fun ones. And then down here you have some more like fun, more simple patterns. But you pick a pattern and then you add your title. So plus text, I would teach them, and here's your title. You type it in and click done. It comes up really small. So to change it, you click on the I and you can make your title bigger. You can change the font, the color, the background, all this fun stuff. So the I is backgrounds. When you've clicked on the background, when you click on words, now you can change the words under I. But the plus sign stays the same. If you click on import, they just added this, and I kind of wish they had added it 6 months ago, but this little speaker button allows students to just speak what they're searching for. So for my babies, I would have to go around and help them spell things because they didn't know how to spell everything. And now they've added this wonderful speech tool. So they can just click on that to add pictures. And you can embed, you can come from Drive files. There's even maps. I had kids put maps in their books as well. Now, if you want to do text to paper, here's the microphone again. So you would do the plus sign down to text, click on this, and when you speak, it'll type your words. Perfect for the little ones. And there you go. So they can even have a book with actual words in it, even if they don't know how to spell, even if they don't know how to type. Of course, we had a lot of ums and likes in there, but who cares? That's them talking and they got their words in their book. So Book Creator is so much fun. You just have to go in, set up your free account and try it out and click on different things and see how you like it. But I absolutely love it. And I highly encourage you guys to give it a try. And it's not very expensive. It's one of the easiest ones to do. And I do it during my Love of Literacy unit during testing, because testing's so stressful for the kids. And this kind of gave them like a little like, oh, we get to create and have fun. And they loved it. It was such a fun unit. And I just got to go around and give encouragement and read their books. And at the end of the week, we shared them with the class and the teachers, and the teachers were amazed at what these kids could create. So give it a try. Caroline?
All right, you have some questions.
Okay.
How many pages can be in each book?
Oh, good question. Unlimited. Well, I think the longest book we had was over 100 pages. So there's probably a limit, but we haven't reached it yet. You just keep adding pages. So your books can be as long as you want.
Fabulous. Can you link it to Google Classroom?
You can link to the website, but you have to go through the website to get to Book Creator. It doesn't embed into Google Classroom.
Okay, and the cost again, you said it was $10 a month, $120 for the year and that is 1,000 books.
1,000 books, yeah.
Or you can have sign up and you have 40 for free.
40 for free, yep.
You can delete them so you keep under your 40 minimum.
Yes, I did that when I did that. Yes.
Okay.
Did they work on their books outside of media time? Yes. Actually, some of the students chose to work on their books during recess and took away their free time to work on their books. So yeah, they can, work with the teacher on that and say, if you have extra time or if the students, ask, are they able to? Last year I had a 6-day block. So they had 5 days to work on their books. And then the 6th day we were presenting. And so it took them, I would say 80% of them finished and 20% of them didn't. You can archive the libraries so that they can't get in after school ends, because we did have kids going in there and trying to make new books, and it just kind of got out of hand. So I archived them all.
Tempie, do the pages support paragraphs for the older students, or is it usually one sentence per page?
Yes, you can definitely make like fiction books with text all the way down the page. You don't even have to put pictures in it and actually have a chapter book. Yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay, and can you download them as a PDF to print them before you delete it?
Yep, that you can easily download them and you can print them. You can download them as an ebook. You can also copy and paste text from Word. You can just copy it and paste it right in there. That'll work too. All right, is that it? Anybody else have any questions?
Hi, this is Joanne. When you archive the book, does that take off the number of books that you can have, or is it still like if you have 40 books and archived, do you still have access to new books?
So archiving them does take it off your total number.
Okay.
And if you unarchive them, it goes back onto your number that you've used.
Okay, and how do you unarchive them?
I can show you that really quick.
Okay, and how do you delete it totally so you don't have to archive it? Because I have all the books from last year, but I want to clean out my thing so I could have my 40 for this year.
Right. Okay, so let me go to my libraries. So to archive a library, you just go to these 3 dots next to the library, click on that, and the only choice is Archive Library. And you'll see I have 55 of 1,000 books created. And when I click Archive, and click on it again, okay, it's telling me what you means. Thank you for that. And I've created a new library. So there are now, the total number has gone from 55 to 35. So they go away. And then your other question, Joanne, was how to delete a book. So I don't know if there's a way to delete all of them, but individually you click on the 3 books at the bottom, book options, and you click delete book right there.
Right, I did that, but there's like 100 books. So I didn't want to go.
I'm not sure if there's a way to delete the entire library.
Okay. And how do you get back to the archived ones if you want to go back to them?
Okay, so to get back to archived ones, you see where this button says next to my libraries, it says archived. You click on that drop-down menu, and here are all my archived libraries. And so you would just click on one of those, and I have no books in there, so that's not a good one. I guess I deleted them. And you can see which ones. Oh, this might be an easier way to delete them all. Nope, it doesn't give me the option. What about here? Ah, delete forever. There you go. Did you see that? I'll do it again for you. If you go to archived, click on the drop-down menu. It's not working for me now, but basically you just choose one of your libraries, click on it, and up at the top, click on the 3 buttons. And this is how you would delete an entire library. So you can delete the entire class at once, delete forever. Did you get that? All right, I think I went over time, so I'm gonna.
That's okay. I think Shannon had her hand up.
Oh, okay. Shannon, go ahead.
A few more questions in the.
Do you have a question, Shannon?
Oh, okay. She can't.
Okay. You can't group delete. Oh, okay. Well, try it. See how it works, Joanne. Let me know. Michelle, once kids create a book, how can they keep a copy if the teacher archives or deletes? So once they publish to the web, that's their copy that they keep. if you don't publish to the web or download it, it's gone. To them, it's gone. You can still access archived, but they will not have access to it unless you have the link to the published copy of it, or it has been downloaded on their device. Amy, did you let students pick their own topics? Yeah, I did for this past year, but this year I'm thinking I'm going to keep it a little bit more controlled instead of just letting them. I've been deleting for the last 10 minutes, so Shannon's doing one at a time. Angela, go ahead.
Hi, Tempie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Angela?
Great. I have one quick question.
Yep.
Did you categorize your library by the teachers' names?
Yes. Because
Okay.
I had 48 classes, so I had each library be a teacher's name. And then I shared the library with that teacher so they would have access to their entire class's books.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? All right, let me stop presenting. Caroline, you're up.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Adobe Spark. Now there's Adobe Spark video and there's Adobe Spark post. And today I really want to focus on Adobe Spark video. It is so Adobe Spark Video is a platform that enables photos and audio recordings and graphics and music and text and creativity to produce short videos. It is so cool. Why use Adobe Spark Video? First of all, it's creative. It's super easy. All students are actively engaged in their learning. And my favorite is that they already have templates. So it's just drop and go for students, and it really guides them along. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. So it is located in our portal. It is a free tile, and I'm going to go there now. So in the portal, here it is. It looks like this, Adobe Spark. Oh, there was an error. Let's try it again. Oh no. Can you guys see my screen?
I don't think you're presenting right now.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, yay, we got in. We love tech problems, don't we? I feel like I'm always troubleshooting. Anyways, when you land into Adobe Spark, this is your home page. And on your home page, you have all these different things that you can do: collages, web pages, slideshow, presentations, all these amazing creative options. And right here are all of my projects on your home page. It will be right here, and you can just scroll through. There are videos that I've made, and I've also made different posts for Spirit Week or whatever the school needed. It's super easy to create professional looking graphics here. But today I really want to focus on the video, because I learned about this year and I thought it was totally amazing, and the kids loved it. So to get into Adobe Video, I click on the plus sign at the upper left-hand corner, and then I go right to video. And I'm going to skip this part here. But the best part about here is the templates and what you want to do and what your story wants to reveal it during the time. So you can promote an idea or tell what happened or talk about a hero's journey. Show and tell is great for the little ones. Keep going. You can teach a lesson. You can create an invitation. And we use this one for 5th grade, and I'll show you an example at the end. But I just want to show you how super easy this is. And I'm going to do tell what happened. I'm going to pick this one. I mean, all this video stuff always looks so complicated to me, and so many features and the audio and the video and pictures. But this really keeps it together and super duper easy. And it just guides your students to the next step. because we're handling so many students at one time that it's nice that there's a guide for them to follow. We're going to watch this quick little video. Gives you the highlights of how to use it within a minute. Okay, so we are ready. So this is the tell what happened, and this is the home page. And every page you will have these icons. You can add a video, you can add text, you can add photo, and move on. So to add pages, well, here's the guide at the very bottom. Here's a guided page of, well, who's the story about? What do you want to talk about? And when and where did this happen? And then this happens, and then this happens. And then it goes on to the very end, how it ended, the reflection, the credits, etc. The students can always add pages by clicking on the plus sign. You can add a photo here, click on the photo. You can find free photos, which is what my students did this year. You type in the sun, you choose which one you want, you click on it, boom, there it is, right? Then I can record my voice. The sunset is my favorite time of day. Maybe it didn't work with presenting, but it would record it and it automatically has music in the background, but you can change your music too at the very top in the upper right corner. You can change your music here. The kids love that. You can resize your video. You can pick a different theme if you wanted, have different layouts. If you wanted a split screen, you click there. You can add another photo here and have the moon. Whoops.
Caroline?
Yes.
Do you think Flipgrid or Adobe is better for morning announcements? Which one?
Flipgrid. Only because it's super duper seamless.
Cool.
Okay. So on the pages, to view this one page, you click the arrow here. To view the whole story, you would click the arrow here. So I know we're short on time, so I want to flip back to my presentation and go back and show you an example, okay, of one of my students. And again, in April, during April is Poetry Month, my fifth graders wrote bio poetries about themselves. And then in May, we turned them into Adobe Spark videos. So here is an example of one.
While our last breakout session is wrapping up,
sister of Felipe and
if you guys
Sarah,
could
lover
help
of basketball, singing, and theater, who feels sad when her uncle died, happy to get an A and nervous the first day, who needs to sleep, time to read, and more relaxation, who fears clowns, ghosts, and robots. Ava.
I'm going to stop it there because I know we're short on time. Sorry, Lisa. Are there, so that's Adobe Spark in a video in a nutshell. Are there any questions?
I think you answered them all mostly. Yep. Oh, Betty has a question. Go ahead, Betty.
All right. Before I share your answers to this pressing.
Oh, I'm not getting the question. I'm not getting the question. Do I have a bad connection? Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you. I think a lot of people have flipped over to the other closing session. So,
Okay.
You know what we can do is if anybody has questions, feel free to just email Caroline or myself, and we'll be happy to answer them. So we'll see you guys in the closing session. Okay. Bye, everybody.